What's up, everybody? It's your boy BLG here today, and today we're going to be talking about a TikTok trend that I've been seeing online lately. This idea that you aren't pro-black unless if you're dating a black person. Normally, I don't like to speak on diaspora issues like this, but I do feel like it is important, so today I am going to be talking about it. So if you're white, this one ain't for you. Yeah. So starting off, I want to just talk about Cointelpro. Cointelpro was an FBI program, counterintelligence program that specifically targeted black groups to stop the coming of a black messiah that would unify the black activist groups. And how they would do this is through discrediting, misdirecting, and disrupting, as stated in the actual unsealed FBI document. Why is this important? Is because that's what I think that this discourse is. I think this discourse is 100% a psyop, and I think a lot of us are losing the plot. All right, let's take a look at this video.
You're not pro-black unless you as a black person look to your left and look to your right and your spouse is black. You understand what I'm saying? I don't understand why that's such a hard concept to understand.
Y'all not hearing him though. Oh gosh.
You know, you as a black person have a black experience, and you as a black person dating interracially can be an ally to a pro-black couple. But you yourself do not have a day-to-day, pro-black lifestyle. So I don't understand, again, why that's such a hard concept to grab. No,
it's a hard concept to grab because it's a foolish concept. This is breaking down solidarity in a lot of ways that is just unproductive to the black movement. This gives me the same vibes as biracial people aren't black. That's what this does. This gives me the same vibes. In all seriousness, I do understand why some people in the black community are wary of others who like to fraternize a little too heavily with white people or try to assimilate to whiteness too much, because newsflash, there's everywhere, but at the same time, like, to just blanket label every black person that's dating a person outside of the race as that is fucking insane to me, and it just reeks of like psychological operation. Now, I don't blame a lot of these people for feeling this way, because like I said, there is a pattern of certain type of black men who only date outside of their race. There is definitely a pattern to be said there, and this is not to rag on black men at all, even if I may disagree with this type of rhetoric. But I also do feel like this also just stems from straight up just black history and black political thought being erased. And I do feel like even I had a lot of feelings before I read about it. I didn't actually have words to put to the feelings that I had until now. So I understand why a lot of people could kind of get caught up in this like pseudo intellectual bullshit, because it does seem appealing, and it's hard to tell the difference when you don't actually know the difference. And that's not me being holier than thou, that's me being empathetic to our plight. Because of the lack of political education in America, I feel like a lot of us, whether you're black or not, fall into these weird pockets that are destructive and damaging to our solidarity and kinship, and it bastardizes our culture. As I stated before, I understand why certain black people might be wary, and I just want to say to all my black brothers and sisters, just because something has served to protect you in the past doesn't mean that it's a healthy thing. Sometimes we do things that protect us, but out of the context of what it's supposed to be protecting us for, it could actually be harmful to us. And I think that that's exactly what this is. And that's really all I'm gonna say to this particular part of the discourse. The rest of this is showing you why I think this is a psyop, and it's a lot. First off, y'all don't remember the change of ownership that TikTok had, like, at the beginning of the year? Y'all don't remember how everybody was like, this is the death of TikTok. TikTok is lame now. Do y'all know who owns TikTok? It's the very right-wing conservative regime that we live under in America. You remember how when the change happened, all of a sudden all these pro-Palestinian content creators started disappearing on the app because our pro-Israeli government just censored that content. It's the same thing. If you don't think that they're feeding the algorithm to feed you bullshit that'll muddy the waters directly to a politics that immediately fights back against fascism, you're sorely mistaken. Again, to expose, disrupt, misdirect, miscredit, and otherwise neutralize. We come back full circle. I also want to bring up another thing that happened when TikTok changed its ownership. Y'all remember how during the ICE raids that was happening in the beginning of the year, TikTok flooded the feed with black people? We're gonna sit this one out. This is your guys' problem. It's not safe for us. They want us to do stuff. Therefore, it's not safe for us. And I just like, bro, when has it ever been safe for black people in this country? It's bullshit. They don't want the most productive, radical, organized force that fights against fascism to be activated. They're begging you to stay the fucking side. That's why the whole feed got flooded with that bullshit. Because they don't want you to organize. And I bring a lot of this up because I don't think a lot of people take into consideration who is giving the message, what type of message they are giving, and what does it say about them. Too many times do I see people just take what's on their screen in front of their face as gospel and never actually critically thinking on whether or not they are trying to distort your worldview. And that's really all I wanted to say about this entire conversation. If you guys agree with me or disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. I just want to say thank you for coming to this video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.